Happy New Year, Kansas City, and welcome to our first episode of 2008 at KC Anthem. I'm Mitch Baker, your host with the most, joining you once again from the Pax Core Studios in Blue Springs, Missouri. As you know, it's a new year, and with that new year comes new talent, new shows, and if we have anything to do with it, new life in the Kansas City music and entertainment industry. So, if you're a fan of the show, or you're watching for the first time, keep tuning in because you're in for one hell of a ride. Today on the show, out of Excelsior Springs, Missouri, we've got a band called Forlorn Hope. Guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
What's up, fantastic.
We've got a few clips of their music and picks. We're going to show that real quick, and we'll be right back with Forlorn Hope. Once again, welcome to the show, guys. You guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves? Tell us who you are, what you play, what you're all about.
Well, I'm Sonny. I'm Vox for Forlorn Hope.
What's up? I'm Timbo.
The new vocal.
I'm a shredder.
I'm Eric. I try shredding too.
Ben's not here. He plays bass, but I play the drums. I suck.
This is John.
No, he's the best drummer in the world.
And how'd you guys get started?
Oh, man. Well, we started back in 2005.
Totally different people. The core, me and him and Ben started back like 7 years ago, and then our new vocalist, and then our old guitarist Eric Mueller replaced him, and been writing way more heavier shit since then. So.
Now, how do you guys keep that together? I mean, I know bands go through a lot of lineup changes sometimes trying to find the right fit. How do you guys keep together, as a whole yourselves now that you've got everything put together again?
It was hard getting rid of or losing our last member, Craig. He kind of was there with our very first band back in high school. We started as freshmen. He was in 8th grade. It was called Fractured. We sounded kind of like Tool, like kind of groovy stuff, and later on we broke up and I joined a couple other different bands and quit those bands, and we got back together when I graduated high school, and Craig was there from the start, and he was, vocalist at that point, and he was doing all right. But 2 years down the road, actually it's been 3 years now, his style just wasn't keeping up with us, and we realized that we needed to change, and we got Sonny in the group about 6 months ago.
I've been loving it
And
since.
he screams like a demon.
Yeah. He's Sonny D, I hear, from what I know, yes.
Ooh. Or SN2.
I did my homework.
That's great.
I try. So what keeps you guys going? What keeps you guys together? With the dynamic you've found now, what do you guys have that, keeps you from breaking up and going through another lineup change so far?
The ultimate chemistry. We all grew up together. We're from the same town. He's from Richmond, but all of our paths have intertwined since way back when we were younger. And we're friends, and we stay together, and we practice a lot, and we just keep remaining a band. We don't play too many shows. We don't play too few shows.
Practice
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
Write new music, and whatever happens, we never get stuck on it. We just look forward. And I've
You
actually
gotta
seen a
find
lot of bands
dedicated
break up.
members too.
In the short 3 years we've been together, bands like the Messiah Complex and Obsidian Shore, and there's countless others, but all of them have broken up because of disagreements or just different things between the bands, like people were moving out of state or something like that.
Life happens sometimes, yeah.
Life gets in the way, but we're all from Excelsior.
Well, it's like you were saying with dedication. It's something where you got to kind of put other things on hold and make sacrifices if you want to do what you're doing. So. What influenced you guys to become musicians in the first place? What kind of music did you guys listen to growing up and stuff like that?
Hey, I don't know. Everything growing up.
Hendrix, Clapton.
Lamb of God.
Country, Metallica, like Pantera.
I like this guy.
I like, my favorite band used to be Korn, Korn and surprisingly enough, Breaking Benjamin.
Korn's new stuff is
I kind of
awesome.
liked every genre of music, but eventually, like, I went to rock and metal, and it just
Got heavier from there.
Oh yeah.
Now, for you guys, is that more fun to play that kind of
Oh,
music?
yeah.
Oh my god, you
I
have
used to
no
play
idea.
Fast,
in a,
crazy
like a
drums,
kind of a
everything's
grunge band,
crazy.
and it was just so boring, Power chord here, power chord here. I couldn't
Mosh
never get
pits
into
are
it.
funner.
Me and him started playing
than,
metal.
like, yeah, anyways,
agree.
It just gets me pumped up.
I was in a country band before this band, and it's amazing. I mean, the difference in things that it's boring in a country band. You just stand there and you just do stuff that it's the same thing over and over. In metal, you have no limits. You
It's
can
more
do
like what
whatever
you want to listen to in
and
your
make it sound as
garage
good
or
as you
something
want.
working on your car. Not
Yeah,
something
dude.
live, unless you're really into country.
How you're drunk all the time. Really good.
Sonny,
metal
you
too,
got
dude.
something to
That's not
say
just
there, buddy?
country.
I think this band right here is gonna definitely go somewhere with how much influence and everything they put in with, like, every time I see them practice, they're ready, even if like they're not feeling as well as they should.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like put it together. Even if they're mad, they put it together still.
Get over it and put it together. You get some.
Sometimes it sounds better.
Well, how would you guys describe your music going into that? What kind of metal would you say it is? How would you describe it to the fans and the people watching the show?
Our
like-
old stuff is more melodic core, but lately it's a lot more like death metal. Not necessarily death metal, but thrash. Some of our new songs combine just a lot of different crazy, awesome breakdowns. It's good stuff.
Hardcore.
It's more of a complete like heavy metal and continuous, like it's just kind of it's just like all of our influences put together with a little touch of other genres, and everything just kind of put together and more melodic, like when it comes to like just pulling out riffs and more pig squeals and more transitions, hat tricks, stuff like that. It's all just more technical.
Double bass.
Double bass definitely is an extreme part of our music.
Yeah, because metal, it's not the same as it was in the 80s. In the 80s, it was more about the guitar. A drummer could get by not with as much technical ability. Now, the drums are in the spotlight as opposed to where it used to be the guitar.
Can only be as good as your drummer. A band can.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put
Thank
it.
God we have
I
an
like that.
excellent drummer.
That could
Wait,
be like for
Our
any
music's
instrument.
pretty much, to me, I can't like generalize it at all. I think we all just play it by feel. If it sounds good, that's what we're going to put out.
But it's heavy. It just happens to just come out heavy. I mean, we have interludes, slow stuff, but it always goes back with a punch, and it always just hits you right in the face when you least expect it.
And the best metal does. Good way to put it.